Well, we're 9 games into the season, and the Detroit Lions have 3 wins, but they can still make the play. Oh, none of that? Okay, yeah, we're not doing that anymore. I didn't know. I thought we were still going with that. They do have a chance. I mean, there's like if they win out. If the Lions win out, they could make the playoffs. But that's not what we're going to talk about in this video. No, we're going to be talking about the 3 things the Detroit Lions must do this offseason. Let's get it started. So yes, the Detroit Lions are in a position where they basically have to win out to have wild card conversation, which I do believe in miracles, and I believe that crazy things can happen, and hopefully this crazy thing does happen. But with that being very, very slim, I want to talk about the 3 things that Bob Quinn and the Detroit Lions must do this offseason. And no, I'm not going to be going to the extreme of firing coaches. Why? I don't know. I mean, I could, but I'm not going to talk about that in this video. I'm talking about more of help on the field. But if you want to say coaches in the comments below, absolutely go for it. Now, first off, the Detroit Lions, you guys need some defensive line help. Oh my goodness, we have not been able to get any pressure at all unless we blitz. Okay, Trey Flowers, we spent a lot of money on you, but you have been pretty nice. I can't lie. You've done a couple of good things. You kind of come on. Ever since your first sack, you started to pick it up a little bit, so good for you. And you have been double teamed a lot, so I'll give you that. We only rush about 3 players sometimes, so that makes it really tough. But we still need some defensive line help, because if that is going to be the strategy, Matt Patricia, we knew that was their strategy coming into the season. Detroit Lions are definitely not looking in a blitz. I mean, they mix it in, but they don't do it very often. So they're definitely hoping that defensive line can get some pressure. They signed some players. They signed Mike Daniels. They signed, your Trey Flowers. They got Austin Bryant. They got some talent, but I could see adding some defensive line help. Now, obviously, Austin Bryant's going to come back at some point, and that could be very, very helpful, but it would not hurt to add some defensive line help. Snacks Harrison hasn't been Snacks Harrison at least all season. He's shown spurts of it, but not all season, and he's aging. Mike Daniels is Mike Daniels. We haven't seen Mike Daniels this year. Where is he? I don't know. Maybe he went back to Green Bay. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. That's a little harsh.
Fully watching for.
And at the same time, Trey Flowers, you've been doing your thing, but we can still add some defensive line help this offseason, whether it's going to get another big free agent or it's drafting a guy very high in the draft. I'm talking top 3 rounds. This is a defensive draft this season. It should be. You have Matthew Stafford, who is putting up ridiculous numbers, and obviously without Matthew Stafford, that is a problem, so we need to protect him, which I'll get into in a second. But defensively, we have been awful. And if it's not Matt Patricia, if it's not your fault, then, man, we need some talent on that defensive line, because we aren't getting any pressure at all. And I can see that going for a defensive tackle. Yes, an edge rusher is cool, but we do have Austin Bryant, we have Trey Flowers, we have a core. I like some of our guys there, but we have a lot of age at the defensive tackle position, really, other than Ashawn Robinson. So I would be down to go get a defensive tackle. Next up, the Detroit Lions. You need a linebacker. You need a linebacker that can consistently be out there. Jelani Tavai was a second-round pick who surprised a lot of people, but he has proven, hey, yeah, he was probably worth the second-round pick, because he actually might be our best linebacker at this point. Yes, we gave Christian Jones a 2-year extension, but other than that, we've been very questionable. Jared Davis has been the definition of questionable this season. I am rooting for this man, absolutely rooting for him for sure, but he's just been questionable, and he's really been questionable up to this point as our starting linebacker. When you look around the board, we don't have a lot of linebackers that we can consistently say, yeah, we can rely on that guy. I mean, you look at Jalen Reeves-Maybin, this dude isn't getting playing time, so I don't know what it is. I can't imagine how bad Jalen Reeves-Maybin must be if he's not getting any playing time on defense. Like, wow, that is crazy to me. I don't believe it, but who knows? But the Detroit Lions, if that is the case, they need to get some help at that linebacker position. Again, free agency in the draft, you have 2 options there. So here's how you could lay it out. You could go again in the top 3 rounds and get a linebacker. You could do that, just like you did for Jelani Tavai. Give him something to pair up with. You could still keep Jared Davis if you want to. Ride him through the contract if you want to. But then get someone else that you can rely on, a young man that can keep extending and keep getting better. Or you could go with a free agent, a guy that's talented already, that's already proven himself, because maybe next year is the year you're thinking, let's just get a boatload of talent. That could be another option. And finally, we need some offensive line help. I mean, this is kind of an easy one. We need a lot of offensive line help, and obviously our running game has struggled all season, and I think a running back could be on this list. I would have no problems with putting a running back on this list. Thing is, I only did top 3, so I'm not going to talk about that, but I would love to add a running back. You know what? That's going to be our honorable mention. Honorable mention, running back. Yo, we need a running back. Kerryon Johnson dealing with IR, I understand. I believe in him. He's a very talented running back. The injuries stink, but at least if you're not going to get rid of him, if you're still going to believe in him, go get someone to, I don't know, mix it up with him, or someone that when he does go down, if he does go down again, that you have someone to fill in, because Ty Johnson is a young player. He was a 6th-round pick. He is not meant to be our number 1 running back, and I don't think J.D. McKissick is either. I would love to get a talented running back, but it all starts in the trenches, and the offensive line needs a lot of help, and that takes the guard and the tackle position. You pick your poison, because at the tackle position, we got some ages there in Rick Wagner, but at the guard position, we have a guard spot in the left guard who's been a rotational piece all year. We can use some guard help, which should help with running the football and protecting Matthew Stafford, because apparently without Matthew Stafford, we are the worst team in the league. No, I wouldn't go that far. I'm not going to go that far, but I wouldn't be mad at you if you want to go that far. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be negative. My point is this. We just need some help, and those are the three main things we need to address, really, with an honorable mention. We need to help out the offensive line, whether it's guard or tackle. Keep the guys off of Stafford and help this running game. Get a running back to help this running game because you don't know about Kerryon Johnson's health. Defensively, you need another linebacker that you can rely on because right now it doesn't seem like we can rely on one consistently. I'm cool if you like Jared Davis and you want to keep around. Awesome. But get another linebacker to help out. And finally, if we're going to not blitz anybody, if we're going to bring 3 people and you're expecting to get pressure with that, let's get some defensive tackle help. Yes, edge rushers are cool, but I think we're okay there. For me, it's more you need some help in the interior where you have all these little guys getting hurt. Okay, so those are my 3 biggest needs for the Detroit Lions this offseason. These 3 things they have to do this offseason and fill in. Let me hear your thoughts in the comments below, plus an honorable mention. Thank you, Bob, for watching, and I'm out.